And then I started to take the training development of the Dale Carnegie training programs. Dale Carnegie had passed on many years ago, but left a legacy training development programs, workshops, and seminars. So I took those programs back in the early 1990s. Then through Dale Carnegie training, got introduced to Toastmasters International. And that's where I started to change my environment, because our environments are stronger than our willpower. And so I started to get around different like-minded, positive people, not realizing that who I was as a human being was starting to change because my environment around me was changing. And I had a lady one day named Sue Urquhart in my Toastmasters group. She believed in me more than I believed in myself. I had no direction, I had no focus. I was in these programs because I was struggling with my life, with my identity, who I was as a man, my self-worth, my self-confidence, my finances. Everything was out of whack. Everything was just not working for me in my life. I had no workability. And this lady said one day, she says, I think that we could mentor and coach and train, develop Daryn Jacklin to become a world-class speaker. It's back in the early 1990s. So I was terrified. So I went and got a job as a telemarketer. We used to telemarket, to sell things over the phone. And I was working for a large magazine here in Canada, selling magazine subscriptions. Anyways, within 7 months, I became the #1 telemarketer in Canada, making 400 cold calls a day. And after 7 months, my supervisor came to me and said, Daryn, you can't go any further in this organization. I suggest you leave and go on your own and become a full-time entrepreneur. So I left from there, and in June of 1995, started making cold calls, 400 cold calls a day. And between 1995 and the year 2000, made over 100,000 cold calls out of the telephone books, the white pages, the yellow pages, the phone books, calling, soliciting business from A to Z in the telephone books for corporate training services. And that was the start.